Just before I drove to move to Boston, I picked up a Surrealist book on the way. I moved to Boston in the mid-'80s. I met all these poets. We grouped together. Poet joined us in our band, Fire Prometheus, who played all over Boston. The oldest star was Billy Barnum, who did Surrealism.
A cockatoo of rare design, perched on an awning over the Sahara.
Billy Barnum bought 18 of us all over New York City and the East Coast.
Buddha took Billy and 18 other poets to do shows with us in New York City and New Jersey.
Cast the nets, in daylight rivers flash and tremble. Laughter fills a bowl of lilacs.
First we did a show in New Jersey. Billy was our star at midnight.
New York City and New Jersey.
I've been a cartoonist for years. A French group of Surrealists invited me to be in their show in Paris. These are some of my comic strips from Imagine magazine about film. Finally arriving in Paris. We met the M.A.I.N.S artist in Paris. There's my painting hanging in Paris. The painting's on the wall. First met Maria when she saw my painting out in Paris. Secret identity into M.A.I.N.S. Here's David, our leader.
That it's and that it's angel, but non gardien.
A guardian angel. A guardian angel.
Yes.
Do you ever break it? Do you ever break it?
Yes. No, but.
The Surrealists are running around.
Very good.
Start almost with it. I was showing my film festival in Toronto, Ontario. There I met the artist Joseph Cusimano. Joseph Cusimano was a Surrealist artist, the amazing one. Billy Barnum took 18 of us. We went to a show in New York. We stopped at the New York Museum, where they had a museum showing the famous paintings of the Surrealists. They're showing paintings in the wall of all these Dali and all these famous Surrealist paintings. Then I saw Billy Barnum behind me. I said, "What are you doing?" He was writing poems about these famous artists. I was inspired to write my own poems and called it The Eggs. The poem bombed, but then I made it into a movie, made it pretty interesting, and they loved it in Cyprus.
Nicosia, Cyprus.
But then it was picked by a film festival in Cyprus, near Greece, and they loved it. My friends went with us, and we saw a movie in Cyprus, and we went across the ancient Roman and Greek places by the ocean, by Cyprus.
Είμαστε εδώ στη Κύπρο και μας αρέσει πάρα πολύ όλα αυτά τα φιλμ, να έχουμε τα φιλμ από την Αμερική. So we have got to find her and we've got to... She's here! We found her!
How are you? Welcome to Cyprus.
Thank you, Aphrodite. We'll be getting back to you later.
Yeah, we'll have a cut to see.
Okay.
We're in Nicosia now. We'll also be traveling to Limassol and Paphos in search of Aphrodite. Up onto the shore, the rocks of Paphos, over a millennia ago. And so we've come to the land of her birth, desperately seeking Aphrodite.
Paphos. Paphos catacombs. Paphos, Roman ruin.
Goddess of hope.
Goddess of sexuality.
I found it.
Nick took a cowboy's terrier out for a walk with long-haired French archaeologist girl. Long-haired French archaeologist girl. Long-haired French archaeologist girl.
Roman ruins.